Did it work? Oh, we got Jason. Where'd Jason go? Jason? You hear me now, Brian?
I hear you.
There we go. Okay, that worked for you. Hey, I got a few things I got to tweak on that. I don't know where Jason went. Oh, I got to show him again. Maybe he left it. There he is. Did you leave stream?
Yeah, it worked for you. Hey, I got a few things I got to tweak on that. I don't know where Jason.
Now I got him.
Oh, can you hear me?
Barely. Jason, hello. Maybe he's still muted. Maybe it's his connection. You hear me now,
Hello?
Brian, hey?
No. Can you
Brian, are you frozen time too?
No,
Okay, move.
Listen.
Hand signals, dude.
man, what a great start.
Can you hear me?
Well, no one's talking or anything now. I don't know if Jason, I can hear you moving, I think, now.
Hello. Hello.
I can hear you. I don't know if he
about
hears
now?
me, man.
I definitely hear Jake.
Hold
I
on.
hear I hear all of us. Very
Uh-oh.
strange.
And maybe it's his connection a little bit. I see you moving. Oh, I opened my beer. I'm nothing fancy tonight. I just got a bush. I drank all the ones with the trout on them. I have none left. I gotta get my face out of the screen. It's bush, though.
Well, I
What
work
you got?
in the morning. I work in the morning, so
Oh, right. You gotta get up
But,
at 4.
but if I was drinking something underneath this koozie, it would be a Coors Light if I was.
Yeah, it's good. Gotta cover your bases, right?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Jason, are you talking?
Okay.
I hear Jay. I hear everything Jason says, and I see him.
Yes.
Okay, now I do for the first time. There. I don't know. You're all pixelated.
For the first time ever.
Yeah, we're good now though.
Oh. Mm.
So
That
what's
was
up,
a ru-
guys?
That was
Guys,
that's
you
rough
guys
go.
Oh, so?
You guys been fishing? Because I sure as hell haven't.
I went out yesterday. I haven't been out that much.
Have.
You went yesterday out on the streams there?
What's that on the creeks or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much an all-day event. I didn't get too much. It was too hot though, more than anything. But I guess 3 throughout the day. 2 got off, and then I landed the 1. But that's about it. That's gonna be a 2-part video, anyways. What was the idea? So I don't got enough for 1 at all. But walk
You
the
didn't
most.
You didn't keep that one, right? Cook or anything
No.
like
No, I haven't kept the fish in quite a while, actually.
Right.
No, that big old girl. Yeah, I put her back. It's a
Right.
fun time though. Like Jason's got me addicted now. I haven't touched my spinning reel in quite a while. The fly rod.
The videos I've seen you have.
Well, those are like literally the ones I just uploaded. That's like probably a month ago though. They're just backlogged videos.
Yeah.
But part of the ones coming up though, I haven't haven't done it. Oh man, I got a question for you. Man, yesterday, did you ever get burn on your hands from stripping in a fish right away at the start? Like on your finger?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday, like, and that's when the one broke off because the one I lost, I seen it grab it, and then as soon as I set the hook, and then I reefed it in real quick, like I stripped it. Then I was holding it to try to catch up on the reel, and then timing was bad, and it was too tight and it broke right off. But the second I did that, I took way too big of a strip, I think, or something. But my hand, like it, like rubber burnt. It hurt so bad. Because I was gonna try. I was like, because I never really used the reel that much. And I was getting with that one because it's a fairly big one. But I just screwed it up and it got too tight. But the thing is, you know what? It broke right where my loop-to-loop connection was onto the fly line. I think what happens is lots of times, like reeling up at the end of the day and stuff, like it goes through the eyelids, you know. And I think it just got too abrasive over time, and that's exactly where it broke because it was like a half circle left, and it broke on both sides. So I think that was just me, like just reeling in sometimes too far and just going through the eyelets, I think. I don't know. But regardless,
How big a tippet were you using?
I literally wasn't using an actual leader. I was just using like a 9-foot length of like 6 pound. I didn't even have a leader on, like an actual fly leader. Which I know why that is a super bad idea too. Because
it probably was just the line snap.
Yeah, that sucked. But whatever though. But I noticed.
So when I'm going for like brown,
Oh, he cut out again. Can you hear him still, Brian?
No, I can't hear.
Can't hear you again, Jason. I guess your connection a little bit rough
What?
right now. There you go.
Hear me?
I hear you
Mhm.
now.
You can hear me now?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
What were you saying about the leader then? Like, I probably should use an actual leader, but I
Okay.
didn't have one with me
So,
there.
like,
Out again.
you don't need to, no. If you're trucking streamers, dude, just it's out again?
No, you're good now.
No.
Somewhat.
Is it out?
No, we can hear you, but
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to reset. Okay. If you're throwing streamers, honestly, I use like 15-pound fluoro for big browns.
Yeah. I should have. Man, some of those are
'Cause
bigger in there too. I should probably put at least 10 on.
Fight.
Yeah. That's too bad. But
I would, for
I-
sure.
yeah. Because I'm just so. I don't know. I just should have done it now. And plus, like,
I caught a big bull.
I think you got to restart Jason or
Right.
something. You're constantly on and off. Should we boot him? Boot him, Brian, make him restart.
Is it?
Now you're good. You're just cutting on and off constantly.
Boot 'em.
Maybe it's your connection.
Hang on a sec.
When's the last time you fished then, Brian? You haven't been out in a while?
I'll go reset. I'll try. I'll be right back.
all right. We'll see you in a minute. Last time I fished, it's been a minute, but maybe I went on vacation, but I went right before then, probably around July or something like that. And just you know what's funny? I went out for a while. I didn't catch anything for like 3 hours, other than right by the bank. I caught a largemouth by the bank. That's almost like cheating, I think. It's
Why is that cheating?
because like I was going out for smallmouth, and I was struggling with smallmouth, so I went in for a minute, just fishing off the wall, Lake St. Clair. It's really easy for me to catch largemouth off the walls. They're not always big. So I caught one on top water, and then I cruised back out, like out to the main lake, and I wasn't catching anything for the longest time. And I never listen to music at all when I'm fishing. I just don't like to normally. But I'm like, I'm not catching it. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to play some tunes, right? So I'm
Mhm.
recording, and then all of a sudden, like 45-minute span, I catch like 6 nice smallmouth.
Oh,
And
nice.
the entire time, I got music blasting, whatever. Sublime,
Yeah, I'd love to.
So like if I was gonna try to create a video out of that, I'm just gonna get
Well,
know,
that's
I'm gonna-
I know that's the thing too. I always want to put music on, but what you could do is, do you have Epidemic Sounds, or you could actually find just some free non-copyrighted music too and play that. It's harder to find good stuff, but I thought about doing that for some videos too.
well, what I did when I was out there after a while, I shot an intro, and I'm like, I was gonna try to I kept all this footage, still have it, and I was going to maybe make a video about, does music affect fish? Does it affect the bass fishing? Stuff
That's
like
a
that.
good idea. I thought about doing that too, but in ice fishing season, and I'd point the speaker down on the ice and see if it actually scares the fish with the camera.
Right. So like, I did really well with the music, and yeah, I'm gonna do a video like that. It's obviously just for fun because I'm gonna get what do you call them? The strikes, copyright. I'm gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah. Oh, you would for sure. Yeah. That's
But
music's
I-
tough.
I was still thinking about doing it as long as it doesn't mess up my channel. Like I was still thinking about doing a video on that because it's interesting. The only
Yeah.
downside is I wasn't really into the YouTube aspect. I got the music playing, so I'm not really talking much. Here landing nice smallies, so I'm just
Yeah. Having a good time, not worrying about the camera. Just blessing
yeah,
music.
Yeah, because like I said, it was so slow that I'm like, I'm just gonna listen to some music, man. Just chill out. Probably not gonna catch anything, and all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I catch 6 in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Man,
great.
it's weird, hey?
Yeah, it was. I can't really get out in the mornings during the summer because my kids are home. I got to help watch my kids, but I was able to get out for an afternoon. It was really enjoyable, man.
Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, it's hard to, it seems weird if you go fishing, like don't have cameras on or something, or just not worry about that. Cause I'm so used to like filming every time you go fishing. I guess once in a while we go fishing the lining, like the whole family and us, but that'd be the only other time. But it seems weird. It seems easy, like way more relaxed.
Yeah. And I had a water muskie with that underwater on that outing. I was rolling out the spot, and all of a sudden I thought I had a fish on with the the crankbait I was trolling. I wasn't sure, and then when I got home, I checked. I did have a muskie, but I got off. So
Oh, nice. Yeah.
that underwater camera, dude, it is great, great footage. Did I release it yet?
Did you
No,
what?
I think I'm releasing it on that camera I got tomorrow.
That's the drag behind one that whatever you got.
Yeah.
Hey? That's
I'm releasing a video on it. I think tomorrow I'm releasing.
didn't you
and,
have one on already, or you used the? Was that just the review one?
I've shown some clips of the one I caught. I did.
Oh
catch 'em
yeah,
up.
with your thumbnail, the one that you were asking about us, which ones were better.
Yeah, I got it all the way to the boat, and then the only problem was I wanted to get a nice pic. Oh,
What's that? Busted.
That's just
Mm-hmm.
what was I
We
gonna say?
watching you, Brian. We're watching.
Anybody
Your
I
day
can
off
watch.
tomorrow, anyways. It doesn't matter. Well, Jason, you're good now. You're clear. You're beautiful.
So,
I'm
No, I-
beautiful.
Yeah,
holding
always.
I wanted a nice picture holding that much. But I was playing around with the camera so much, and it was all
Hey, Brian.
hooked up in the net and everything. And
Yeah.
never got my picture flopped off in the out of the net, and I never got my photo holding it.
It's hard sometimes. Like, I so wish I was like super, super rich. I could have a camera guy always follow me around fishing. It's so hard to get thumbnails and pictures, man, by yourself. It is so freaking hard. That's why
It is.
lately my ones are just the GoPro images or like stills I take out of the video, because that's all I can do. I don't have time to like set stuff up and actually get a picture when you catch one when you're by yourself. It's impossible.
Right.
I mean, that's me and Brian or Jason. I guess Brian, you come too, but we can film each other, run around with a bunch of cameras, all of us. Oh, yeah, it'd be great. It's so much easier too.
Right. But that's all I've been up to. That's the only fishing I've done. Like I said, I don't think I've been out in about 2 weeks. I had a vacation. I went fishing off the dock with my kids, but we didn't catch anything. It's up north. The spot where I've only hooked one fish ever in like the last 3 years fishing off the dock. It's just
Right.
you got to go off, drop off for where we can cast. But
Where'd you say you were? 'Cause you said you're up north again.
up north for me would be
Or
just
far southern. That's what you're
Just
saying.
about- just south of the upper peninsula, or just south of the upper peninsula, like just south of Mackinac. My in-laws got a place on Burt Lake.
Okay. I think you sent us a pin or something when you were there, I think, when we were talking about it earlier. Making fun of
Yeah.
you being the farthest north and it's our farthest south. Like,
Yeah,
you're not north yet. You got to keep going.
I'm not north of anywhere Canada wise, other than maybe Windsor, Ontario. About
Yeah.
it.
Right. We should all group up one video for sure. We should definitely go Cascade. I want to go there so bad. Jason said he still want to go there because there's was there like 10 species in there? There's a lot of trout and everything and freaking 2-pound perch.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
great.
gotta get my passport.
Oh, renew it, hey?
No, I gotta get one.
What? You don't have a passport at all? Oh, yeah.
No.
I know they're probably not backlogged as much anymore, but yeah, definitely. How's the soft water season going? I never heard that one before. It's going pretty good, I guess. As much as the guy's been getting out, I guess. I've only used my little Pelican Bass Raider like once, I think. Once this year. But I just rather just do the little creeks lately. Plus, I don't have to hassle getting it ready and hauling it around.
Right.
I've done 2 floats in the new drift boat.
Do you
3
pop any
floats.
more holes in it?
No more holes.
I still feel bad. I would be so mad. So mad you just get that and
And then I've done a couple floats in the canoe, and then a couple walking wades.
that'd be
So,
fun up there waiting too.
Yeah, I did a lot of scouting. Oh man, this past weekend I got into a really cool place. Like, I found this old road up this old oil east road that they don't use anymore,
Okay.
and I went as far as I could. I found it on the map, and I managed to weasel my way in there. There was an old bridge. I had to like go down on the other side of the bridge and come up the other side of it because the bridge was like falling down.
Oh yeah.
And then
Didn't want to risk her.
no,
Just hit her fast.
it was blocked off. You couldn't get on it anyway.
Oh, okay.
But someone had made like a path down the side of it. So
those are the best places to go to.
Oh yeah,
they're so nice.
And then I got into the end of the road, and I found this old road that was really grown. See it on the map, and I'm like, man, that's definitely an old oil lease road, but it's like really grown in. So I get on this. It was a 20-minute quad ride in on this old road.
Yeah.
And there was some bear tracks, there was wolf tracks, there was
everything.
There was everything back there. I even found a trapper's line back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
do you have? I asked you this before. Do you have that GPS when you go to those places? Your portable one?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I have bear spray. I have like 2 cans of bear spray.
Yeah, just freaking gets close to you.
And you get to this creek, and then I knew this creek led to the river I was going to. And
we were doing good.
And when I got to the mouth where it was pouring into the main river system, I was fishing this. It was a massive hole, and I must have hooked like 10 bull trout. Man, it was stupid.
Is that from your post you had? Was that today, or was your latest post the bull trout?
Yeah, that was 2 of the fish that I
with the black streamer.
Yeah, on the streamer. Yeah, black streamer, and then a white one. Sex engine.
I only got 1 bull trout, and that's when we were in Jasper, probably like 4 years ago. It wasn't really a big one, but one little one.
Yeah.
They're pretty fish too.
Yeah. And then it was, whoa, man, what a wicked moment. It was pretty surreal. I was sitting down, and I fished that spot for a bit, and I'm like, well, I want to see what else is here. I was looking for brown trout, so I was looking for. And I found like this perfect brown trout water, and I'm like, man, there's got to be some brown trout cruising somewhere here. Yeah. So I managed to get the high ground, and I'm just like kind of watching, and I'm watching the fish rise. I'm just trying to see if I can see like a big brown cruising. And I was hiking through, and like you could tell no one has fished this spot in years. Like
no one wants to put in the work to walk that far either. Yeah. They want to go off the bank like 10 feet from the dock of the road.
Man, it was such an epic day. Like I was by myself all day. No one.
Solitude as beauty.
Just it was I come home and I couldn't stop smiling. Like
yeah. Good day.
Yeah,
that's good. I love those days. That's why I think why I like creek fishing more this year. I'm completely off in the bush by myself too, other than even looking at somebody in a boat close to me. It's like, it's not the same by yourself or whatever. But yeah, I'm trying a bunch of new creeks this year too. Some of the creeks I've been going to, my dad used to fish them in the 80s. And it was kind of close to where we grew up. So that's kind of the ones I'm going back to. And there's a couple days I went to some other creeks that this is basically all one solid creek that goes on for like miles and miles. I'm checking certain spots to see if they're still fishing them. A couple spots were a complete bust. I didn't find any. I'd walk all day and find nothing. But lots of the places I think that lots of the beaver dams, you can tell where they get flooded and then they blow the beaver dams. I think a lot of fish just die when the water all floods out. I think lots of these places I went to, just a big floodplain and then there's nothing left. So I think that probably got rid of some, I think. But yeah.
Now those creeks you guys fish up there, when you're creek fishing, I've done your video so much. Do you guys get a lot of the big black fly? I didn't see any flies in your.
Oh God! Yesterday I got ate alive. Man. They almost carried me away into the bushes.
I saw when you were doing like on one of your recent catch and cook. I saw it when you were cooking. I could see the flies buzzing.
Yeah, that was one too. They weren't. That's an easy day. That wasn't that bad. Yesterday was really bad. And they're just. I literally asked Kara this tonight. I don't know if they're biting me for food or they're just biting me because they're mad. Like it hurts. These freaking black flies. Are they actually trying to eat me? Or are they just pissed off and they want to bite me? I don't know what it is. But yeah, they're freaking annoying.
There's one stream up where my in-laws. I've never fished it yet. I'm usually doing stuff with my family. I don't have time to get away from them a lot of times. But the time I've walked out there just to see what it kind of looks like, step in the creek a little bit. There's always just flies everywhere. I don't know what it's something.
Good old bugs, yep.
So I find in the like so the small creeks and the dead of day usually it's not too bad. Uh, but on that one creek that I got to by quad, and then I had to hike down the creek to get to the river where I stashed the quad. They were horrible. I actually have a thermocell, and I just turned it on, and it took like I don't know. I think it took like 5-10 minutes, and the flies were they left me alone.
Oh yeah.
It actually worked real. I bought it for my kids
Yeah.
because when
The
they
thermo-
come with
Makes
me,
camping better for the kids.
yeah,
That works on flies. I didn't think it worked on flies.
it does really
Oh,
well. Yeah. So like they you could see them, they were around, but they weren't coming near me.
Mhm.
So I was like sick, like this is awesome. So then but when I get to the rivers, usually the main river systems that I fish, I don't usually worry about it. I don't ever have any problem with flies. They don't bug me at all until it's like
In the bush and like the
Yeah.
grass and stuff, they're more prone, I
Yes.
think, for me anyways
Yeah.
here. But
when you're in like tall grass near the banks,
Oh.
that's usually when they're the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I bought a head net. Didn't have time to go out this last time. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have time to go out on that creek. But I bought a head net.
like
you
a
know, just-
beekeeper one. Like those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
They cover
I
you
have one of those
completely.
too.
just a
Yeah.
cheap, like a $5 goes over your hat and everything. Looks ridiculous, but I thought, keep the flies off.
I don't care how ridiculous I look as long as the flies aren't biting me.
Yeah, I don't bugs. Yeah, they suck. I don't use spray though, like off or nothing ever. They don't like they bother me, but not enough to put spray on. I hate like off and
Mm.
Yeah,
sticky
like
old
that's like
stuff.
that shit. Or-
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Some of the creeks, like at the edge of the creeks now, the grass is like higher than me. It's like 6 feet. So it's so hard to get into them sometimes with
Wow.
that's why I was saying like the fly rods sometimes is so hard because I'm trying to like get it
Damn.
over and oh god, it's almost too long for some spots. That's how like the spinning reel sort of parts of it, but it's tough.
Yeah.
But like you were saying
Well-
that one picture, the drive.
I don't even know
Yeah.
how you got one video. You were like going kind of like over some sticks in the water while the overhang, and you were like kind of, you had Cody, you had like 2 feet, mid section where you're stepping over like. looked like a
Oh god,
beaver.
yeah. I'll try and find a picture of yesterday. I got my files out. I'll just show you one spot. Like I talk about it in the field. I was walking back. Like the thing is too, I don't have a GPS thing out there. Like everybody knows where I'm at. It'll only be a matter of time if they gotta find me. But if you fall in like a beaver run or something, you're a long ways from getting help. Be the
Right.
only thing in the cell service is pretty poor in all those spots too, which kind of sucks because it's in a valley. Who's the guy in the car? I just seen that.
Like green screen the back so it looks like he's moving.
Yeah, you could do that easily too. Just get some of that and put it over the windows and put like you're in like Disneyland or Egypt or somewhere cruising. That's great.
Uh,
I gotta find some of these ones. I don't know which one it was. Give me a second. Yeah, it's so much funner though. I like doing that. I enjoy it more anyways for me. Anyways, I don't know if people like watching as much more right now, but it's funner for me. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
I only fish rivers during the summertime.
You got the float tube though. That thing's cool. We
Not
definitely-
all my-
Your creek-
Not all my trips are.
your creek fish is some of my favorite stuff. It's right up there with the ice fishing now. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch anything you post, but like I honestly would rather see your creek fishing stuff, like kayak fishing, walleye. or
I think
something.
as it's probably the scenery, hey, other than seeing someone sit in a boat all day. That's
And
what
it's
I
some-
think.
Something I want to do. I can't get out and do all the time. It's just it's
Mhm.
nice to see, kind of dream could be doing.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's so
Live
green.
vicariously through.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're-
it's
you're
so
not-
nice.
into people usually. I mean, you run into people a little bit here
Oh,
and there,
there's-
but
Oops. Yeah, that's true. Hey.
do you run into people or not really up there?
You talking to
I
me or
very
Jason?
Rarely run into people.
Mhm.
Like I very rarely run into people. Like
That's a bonus too,
maybe-
though.
maybe at my put in or my takeout, maybe I'll run into someone. But like other than that, like most of my spots, like I'm not running into anybody.
That's the best thing about being out there. Oh man. Jason, I'll show you this one part of my video. I shouldn't, but it's gonna It won't be for like a couple weeks, but I have to switch the screen over, and you have like a few second delay. Tell me when you see it.
Just became a member.
Nice.
Welcome to. Am I missing something?
Yeah, my buddy Lucas from the Outdoor Conquest says, "Welcome, Test Squad behind the scenes" or something. It looks like he became a member.
Oh, thanks, man. That's cool. And I didn't know it would actually show up in the stream like that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's pretty sweet.
I was
Thanks.
trying to click on it, wondering what the heck that was.
Appreciate that. I got me completely sidetracked now. I don't know what the heck I was at. Oh yeah, this part. Okay. Okay, Jason, you can see the screen probably. Hey.
Yeah, I can see it on my phone here.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll just hang on.
Yeah, I see it now too.
Okay. This big old girl, and she went like straight ahead. Well, you'll see, but it was so cool.
Yeah, that kind of creek fishing is wicked, dude. I love that kind of stuff. It's
And
the best part about it is it's technical.
oh God,
And
is
that's
it
the
ever? I think
funnest part about it. You are literally fishing in some weedy, hard ass place, and you're pulling out these massive fish out of there. Like it's just
then there people don't like, and most people won't realize until you do it or at least see pictures how big they can get in there. It's crazy. Dang it! I was trying to get to the end of that video, the one I just showed you. I lost track of the other file. It just literally goes ahead and it stays in the one spot under the weeds. And it got to the perfect current spot behind the weeds. It didn't have to move or nothing. You just sat there and chilled out for probably like, I don't know how long till I left or whatever. I sat there and I watched it. I kept looking at it and looking at it. Oh.
that's a spring creek too, eh?
Yeah, lots of these are spring fed. Lots of these, yeah.
Nice.
And there's
So
a
the water
whole
must be
bunch.
Nice and cool.
Oh God, like when it was 30 out yesterday, and it with my waders, like it was cold. It was so cold, especially because it's only like 12 inches, so it stays a lot cooler too.
Nice.
I'm just gonna go back to the screen for a second, and then I'm gonna find that one clip because I'm wasting people's time on the other screen. Oh God, yeah, I think that's why it's so fun to fish. But like you were saying too, the dry flies are a super good idea. I used them a little bit the one day, but those weeds are like, I don't know, the 24 inches, and like they hang on top. Even the dry flies are getting caught up constantly. So then I would just try to just throw a streamer into the open spots and just practice. And oh God, it's hard. It's so hard. I'll get so many bad casts and so many good ones just to get the right, especially the first ones too. I'm like, man, I got to get in there. I'm going to scare the fish, and then I'll do like a bad one, then snag a weed and rip it out, and the fish is probably gone. But man, and it's so cool too. I didn't save a bunch of shots from yesterday. I should have, but you can sneak up on them, Brian, and you can see them just hovering in the water and hanging out, getting bugs and stuff too, because it's so shallow. But if they see you, they're gone. But it's cool because I seen like 3 of the trout. I don't know, they're like 10-inch ones, just all staying together in the middle, just like going like this, just waiting for bugs and stuff to come. It's so cool.
Yeah, I started this year. What I've been doing a lot of is because I've been trying to hunt browns, right? And I'm pretty sure I've hooked a couple, but lost them. I've hooked lots. I got some nice brook trout, and
brook trout, God, dude.
Yeah, I had a double header.
Oh wow,
double header on a brook trout. I threw a dry dropper in this one pool, and I watched the fish come up and inhale my dry, and then I set the hook, and I'm like, oh sweet, nice fish. And then I felt, I'm like, wow, that fish didn't look that big, and like it felt a lot bigger, and I'm like, oh, and then I could feel it like on my line. I could feel my line just going erratic because there's 2 fish just going nuts on it, right?
That's cool, especially on a fly rod, hey?
Yeah,
wow.
I've done that a lot of times, lots.
That's cool. You must just float it right by like a school of them feeding hay, and they both just get it.
So and then one comes up and hits the dry, and then another one below comes up and hits the nymph.
That's so cool.
And
you know what?
I got it on camera. I got it all on camera too.
God, I get so excited. All I do is like think about fly fishing now too. Another thing I was gonna ask you about that. What is more popular, like a dry dropper, like you're saying? That's what I'm watching videos on lately, or just running a bobber? I guess it depends how easy you can see your top fly. If you can see your top fly more, you should probably use that regardless, right? Double the chances.
Well, yeah. Here's so if you get a use some type of foam fly, basically. Like a hopper, some type of hopper pattern, whatever, or you can get like caddis patterns that are made out of foam, and use that with a dry dropper, because then you're doubling your chances.
Right? Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
what I do is like instead of you can use an indicator. So when you're not seeing fish like
Or you
really
know if they're
wide,
not hitting surface at all, really,
yeah,
too,
if
right?
they're not really, not meaning they won't. Sometimes they still will, but on a general note, if they're not, then they're not really going to. Your chances are very slim.
Okay.
So you just use an indicator. But in this time of year, man, like ditch the indicator, and I use an adjustable dry dropper,
Oh,
and I tie
how is it
like
an
so.
adjustable dry dropper? Is the way you tie your fly? Then you're saying?
So I have my leader, right? I have my nymph over here,
Yeah.
right? And then I tie another line to that line, right? With the dry fly on it that will float that nymph. And then you take it and you just put a clinch knot on the one end, and then
Okay.
you can take it and you push it up and down. So if you think it's 2 feet, put it up 3 feet. If you think it's 4 feet, put it up 4 feet. Right? You just
Oh,
adjust
okay.
the height, and you'll get hit. Like that's how I get double headers all like quite often.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I bet lots of time they break off too, going squirrely on there. Hey,
Not as often as you'd think.
huh?
And the nice part about doing the adjustable dry dropper is if the fish does hit the dry, right? It where it's adjustable, it hits it and then it slides right down to the bottom.
Oh, I suppose. Right.
Yeah. And I haven't had it break yet. No, I haven't really had it break yet at all. But what I do is if I notice then the pretty much all I'm getting hit is on dries, then I just drop the nymph and I just go straight dry at that
Right.
point. But when I'm trying to figure out what they're hitting, if they're hitting above or below, I'll do it because you're doubling your chances, man. Like
Yeah.
it's
Well, the more videos I watch now about that too, they seen like you see the backs. That doesn't mean they're hitting surface too. They're just coming up getting the floating one or the rising ones too. Hey,
they're hitting emergers.
mergers. That's the word I'm looking for. Right.
Yeah.
And you
So
think
they're
it's
like,
dry fly? There's something on surface too. Hey, it just
yeah,
kind of looks like it.
if it's explosive, like if you're seeing them come up and mouth it, then they're basically coming up and hitting like the emergers. If it's coming up and where it's explosive, then it's about to be a dry.
Bubbles, right? If you see the bubbles too, that means they're dry fly, like we're on surface too, right? There's a good chance from my research.
Possibly, or they're just hitting below the surface as they're rising.
Okay.
Because the nymphs are rising and they get close to the water, the fish are waiting, right? And they come up and hit
Right.
them.
I guess that could cause bubbles in too, depending how close before they get it. Makes
It
sense.
could, yeah.
Right. I'll show you,
But-
Brian, what you're just talking about. I'll switch screens again. A couple of these spots since we're some of the weeds. I'll wait a few seconds, whatever, too. This one wasn't as thick. Some of these spots. Like they're pretty much, it was, I shouldn't say as dense. There's a lot more, like you gotta like, there's like twice as much brush as that going towards the end. Like that spot, I finally found a little spot to go off the side or whatever. And then I'm just kind of scrubbing through really quick. But yeah, a few spots like that. And it's, yeah, I don't know. It's super, I'm still not the best at casting in there. We're getting better, but man, that's hard to get in there sometimes.
I mean, you're still using a fly rod in there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's why I still bring the spinning reel too. In case I really have some bad times, and I just switch over. It makes it a little easier sometimes. But
Oh, for sure.
did you ever get a fly rod then, Brian, or you thought about it? You were gonna?
I never got one. But whenever I do, I'm going to give whatever you tell me to get because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Ask
at all.
Jason, not me. Ask Jason. I just got the combo one. I still got the Wild River one. There was like $100 and some, which still works good for me.
Oh, yeah.
Just a 9 foot, I guess, 9 foot 5 to 6. So
Yeah,
that's the
9
average,
foot
like
5.
basic one, is it not?
Yeah.
Like all round?
5-6 is like a good starter.
Yeah. I guess for the
Yeah.
trout around here too, like they don't get too much bigger than that. So I mean, unless I came your way and found some real big ones, I'd probably need a bigger reel too, or a stronger
Like
one. and rod.
those are like 20-inch browns, aren't they?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Usually, like, dude, for like 20-inch browns, I generally use like you got them in small creeks, so it's not so bad. They don't have too far to run. But for me, I'm catching browns on like bigger rivers, and they have a lot more current.
I suppose you're fighting a current too, a lot harder.
Yeah, these fish know how to use the current to their advantage, right? So they hook it and they drive right into the current. So you need like an 8-weight to pull them out of it, right?
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely don't
Yeah.
have that with those little creeks then. Yeah,
No, you're just yanking them out of a small creek, right?
right.
I mean, they still got a lot of fight. Like a brown trout will put you well into the back of your.
Oh yeah, that's that one snapped off. Yeah, it's still half-assed my own fault though. Hey Gary, what's
Hey,
up?
Gary.
Actually, I was wondering if you're gonna come in. He comes in pretty much every stream. What's up?
I'm actually so. I have a a celebration of life thing happening in September in Thunder Bay,
Oh, okay.
and I'm when I go out there, it's on the 14th as far as I know, and then I think the funeral for burying him is it's my uncle, and I think the funeral for him is like the Monday or Tuesday that they're actually gonna bury him then.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take I think I'm taking I might take the whole week off, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm bringing my fly rods and I'm gonna try and go do some bass fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever see
Yeah.
people with fly rods fishing bass, Brian? There is that a thing?
No, not really. I see
I've
people-
done it before.
You can make that a thing. Then the new thing on Lake Sinclair. Type that. If no one finds them or gets them on the fly rod, you got to start that trend.
I could probably get away with it, especially if the
bass.
water's warming up. Maybe they get them hitting top water. I'm sure it would work.
You don't even need to hit top water, man. Full sink line.
Really?
Sink line. You can get them on the bottom. I do it all. I've done it. I've done it.
All right.
It's fun. It's bass on a fly rod.
Would a bass? Do they fight pretty good?
So much fun. Oh,
Well,
man, bass.
Especially smallmouth.
Is it equivalent to
smallmouth-
like pike then, or what? Is it? Yeah.
It's probably better.
Yeah, smallmouth fight way better than pike, and then I'd say pike fight better than a largemouth.
Oh.
Yes. Smallmouth are amazing, and what's funny is sometimes like the 2 to 3 pounders will fight stronger than a big 4 or 5 pounder. It's really weird. Some of these you get to some of these 3 pounders all the way to your kayak. You think, oh, I'm about the next one, and then
Pull the
boom,
kayak around. You start turning it.
your rod goes down, and you're still fighting them for another minute or two. They're
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah. I've caught even I've even caught on the river that my cousin has their lodge on, the Oscandaga River.
Mhm.
There's a smallmouth, brook trout, pike, walleye, stuff like that in there. And they all catch like walleye, and they've caught brook trout, stuff like that there. And I go down one day, and I actually there's a video of it on my channel. And I go out and I start I'm throwing nymphs in this little pool, and this bass comes out and it hooks it. And the bass is only it's only smallmouth bass, probably maybe 10 inches.
Okay.
But I was on my 5-6 weight, and I was so impressed with how hard that thing fought. Man, it was just it had heart. It had heart, 100%.
Yeah, dedication. That's neat.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think we talked about it earlier. Estevan has that one place that has bass. I think they're smallmouths, but I never caught one when we were down there and I was super young. But that's I think about the only place in Saskatchewan with bass. I don't really know.
Mhm.
Cody,
Yeah,
were you in the
a lot-
Derby here a
lot of-
couple weeks ago?
A lot of rivers down here in Michigan that have smallmouth bass. I've never done it, so if I ever do, a fly rod though, for real.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
Cody,
I
was I in
would
the
highly
Derby here for the last
recommend
weekends?
it.
Go, no, I wasn't. I was not. And there's the other Derby this weekend too at the Landing. I'm not in that one either. I never go in derbies anymore. I used to when I was younger with Dad when he had his boat. Yeah, I don't know. Plus, it's supposed to be 30 some, and the people are gonna get freaking heat stroke too. It's gonna be hot out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hot this weekend.
Oh, tomorrow says 36 here, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's freaking too much for me. I hate the heat. I got this. Oh, when I was fishing yesterday, Kara has this suntan lotion. It's way better for you or whatever. It has less stuff or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, I put it on. I put it on. It doesn't like it rubs in, but it stays white. And I look like Casper. Like it does not rub in. All day I got like white arms and all this stuff is sticking to me. It looks like I don't know. I don't know. It's funny.
Like you're some 7-year-old kid at the pool that mom just lotioned you up.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get it all. I kept rubbing it. I'm like, come on, go in, damn it. And I kept rubbing it and it would not freaking wipe in anymore. You just stay white. But it's supposed to be, yeah, it's better for you, I guess. Probably less, additives or something. Yeah. It was a good time.
Well, you guys can keep talking. I got a jet. I gotta wake up in 4 hours.
Oh, no, you don't. Stay another hour. Come on. Have a Come on, Brian, don't leave us. We're a tripod.
Have a good night, Brian.
Later, man.
Later, guys. All right.
I'll go back to the other screen now. There we go. I still got your name preset on the other screen too. I always have you for number 1, then 2, Brian, so I can swap them all the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what, man. If we can meet up sometime, go do some fly fishing. The boat would be the coolest, your float boat, because I've never done that.
Yeah.
How's
I
your?
might actually. We'll see what this weekend holds. I got fly fishing lessons this weekend, and then I have on Sunday I might go do a float on the North Saskatchewan. Or I might go further up the river I've been scouting out all year so far. So
Oh, okay. Something.
So yeah, there's more areas I want to scout. I'm trying desperately to find the brown trout in there.
Oh yeah. Well, you're a guide now, right? You want to give me some brown trout? You got to show them the brown trout.
Well, I've done the brook trout, no problem. I'm the bull trout seem to be pretty good. I found the spot I found where there was bull trout. So I think the spot I found, the water was a lot cooler than where I'd fished the weekend before. The weekend before, the water was a lot warmer.
What do you use for your temperature for your water? What do you have?
I didn't check it last weekend, but I bet you it was right around 55, 60.
No, sorry. Like, what do you use for like your units for like testing the water? Then.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you have for that? I'm very curious. You just wet your finger and put it in the water?
Yeah.
I'll do longer chat next time. It's okay, Brian. You're good. You gotta work, so it's all good. Gary, do you got a boat then? Do you go on those derbies ever? We used to like long ago, but I don't care to anymore. I'd rather just go fishing by myself, honestly.
This is what I use.
Oh, how long do you have to hold it in the water for?
I use this thing here.
Like a minute or so then? It looks like just a regular mercury or what?
Yeah, about a minute.
That's nice to have because honestly, I'm wondering that all the time when I'm out fishing now, like what the actual temperature of the water is.
Well, the nice part too is like at certain temperatures, the fish start to feed better. So sometimes you can almost like catch your windows, right?
Well, yeah, you're by clockwork too. If you know what time of the day, what the sun's gonna be like, if it's the same next to you, kind of got an idea when it'll change and everything.
Yeah. So if you know the water's about to hit a certain temperature, then bug hatches start, and then usually fish start to bite more, right? Right now, obviously, earlier with all this heat, the earlier in the morning you can get, the better your bite window will be, and that's the later it gets on in the day, the worse it'll get.
A little tougher, yeah.
Yeah, until like late in the evening. That's why, like, if I can get on the water really pretty early, I will.
I like morning fishing, like a little bit more probably than evening. Plus, you can always go a little longer too, other than the dark. So calm usually with no wind.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. How are your fly fishing lessons going then?
Really good.
That's good. I seen your posts and stuff too. Like you got your class dudes or whatever. It's cool you get pictures with them too to put on Instagram. Like your guys.
Yeah, I try. I forget sometimes. A couple classes I forgot because I was so into the classes or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's good though. How many do you have? How many do you want at a time? Then is it easier like with like 3 or 4, or do you max out at 5?
I try to. Well, the max I want to do is 6 at a time, and then I do 2 classes in a day. I do 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening.
Okay, that's a good idea. Then you can like work with people easier rather than having like 10 and then nobody gets a turn or chance.
Exactly. That's why I want people to walk away with what they came for, right?
Yeah, that's good.
So and it's $100, which I think is pretty reasonable compared to when anyway most guys are charging like 170 and stuff like that for like 3 hours.
Really? Hey, per
Yeah,
person or whatever. Jeez. Yeah, you got a
well,
good
not
deal
even
then.
per person. That's just for private lessons, right? But by doing it this way, it's kind of nice because there's certain people that will ask certain questions, and that like someone else might ask a slightly different question that that person didn't think of.
Right.
Right. So like in a group setting, like it's nice because then you all
More
learn
minds
together.
together. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And
that's a
it
good.
works. I don't know. It seems to be working really well, and everyone seems to be very happy with it. And so far, for the most part, I've been able to help everyone get their casting down quite a bit. Like I've had most of the people casting half decently 40 to 50 feet.
That's
So
good. Are these like guys that are just starting out too, or are they kind of?
a lot of them have been, yeah.
That's good. Like that freaking far, because it took me a long time to get out that
Yeah,
far.
I know.
But it's different. Like if I could learn with like someone like you when I first started, because like I just weren't videos, and I'm like I don't know if my form's right. Nobody tells me anything because I'm just by
Yeah,
myself. And then I finally start to get something, or I figure it out as I go slowly. But yeah, I noticed too with the sink line, you can really whip it out a little easier. It's a little heavier of a line.
it is. Yeah,
So
it
when I went,
helps you really feel what the rod should feel like when it's loaded.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
I
then once
started.
you know that feeling starts to help you cast better when you're throwing like a dry fly with like a floating line because you're like, man, this doesn't feel right, and you start to notice when your rod is actually loading.
That's exactly it because I just switched over to the floating like a week or two ago, and then I could notice it right off the bat. Like I was way earlier because I'm used to the heavier line, but then I kind of knew what the rod like felt like you're saying when you get loaded a
Yeah,
little bit to go back and forward. That helped
definitely.
a lot. But the
Yeah,
first like few casts, I'm like, wow, this is totally different now.
yeah,
From switching line over there.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, I
Yeah,
miss that
it's been
Gary.
going really good. I was hoping like I had to fly to Newfoundland because one of my good friends was killed, and I went kind of put a bit of a wrench in my plans for like offering trips sooner, like
Right.
guided trips. Um, but I've I'm not I'm not too concerned about getting booked guided trips this year. Um,
Just
I'm
ease into it.
open. I'm open for them, but like I really wanted to focus on like really nailing the routes down this year.
That's fine. It's your first year doing it. You'll get better every year in planning and
So
everything.
and then
So
this way by doing the fly fishing lessons, it's really helping a lot of people. It's helping me. It's helping them. It's actually like it's working really cool. And then with the lodge and stuff like that, it sounds like we're gonna be trying to start booking me into 2025. So if all goes well next summer, I will not be working construction.
the dream, hey, that'd be all right.
Oh
See you
man, I
later.
hope.
Done frame it.
I hope so.
Yeah, do
So the
that for a
more
living
I've been
would be
doing these
nice.
trips, the more I get out and like I go to work and I'm just like,
Work's just depressing half the time.
yeah,
It's like,
I'm like
oh
I don't want
man,
to be
gotta do
there.
something else. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
I almost applied for a video editing job for um a um an outdoor company like that does stuff around here in Alberta.
Like guiding kind of deal or what?
No, like I thought I don't they make videos. It's called Wild TV or something like that. I was gonna try like I don't know if I would have got it, but I definitely had all the credentials for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Change
was
up
looking
too.
at
Doesn't hurt. You can always say no or
yeah.
do something
I
else
thought
again.
about it, but right now like the pay decrease would be quite a bit. And I don't really care about that, but my truck's not paid off yet.
Yeah, everybody has
Mm.
bills, right? Yeah,
Yeah, so
gotta get them paid.
I was like, man, I'm like maybe next year we'll see, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm better off just focusing on everything I got now. I'll just, you know,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's cool though. I was it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
good then. The flight lessons are pretty good. Are there any other people that do that in that area then, or is it kind of just you?
There's not a lot in my area, and that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Where do
and
you?
no one does it regularly either. That's the thing. Like, though, there's like in the Edmonton area, there's one company that I know of that does like a fly fishing retreat kind of thingy. It's like $400 or something like that. It's like a whole weekend, 3 or 4 day thing.
Oh,
Um, and it's pretty. It sounds pretty cool, but they only do it once a year. So I really wanted something
well, they
like
can come
I'm
back
gonna
for more
offer
lessons
something.
too, and other than once a year gamble like that too. You can do it more often if you do
Yeah,
a rebook or something.
yeah. I thought it'd be cool. Like, there's a lot of people asking for fly fishing lessons in the area, and there wasn't like other than like private lessons, there was no one really doing anything.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this and then try and offer it on a regular basis. So I think what I'm gonna do is even next year, I'm gonna stick like next year I'll have a full schedule right at the beginning of the year of every what month and one day a month and what day it's gonna be for each month. And then that way it gives people time to either, not schedule something on that time or whatever.
Where do you
If they're
have
not
it? Do you have a certain like area? Like, is
right
it an
now,
open
yeah.
field to kind of practice in, or do you do it near the water too, or what?
So the basic course starts off in a field that's right next to where we're near the North Saskatchewan. We're at a park, and no one really goes out in the field area.
It's just like a public area. Then you can just go and
Yeah,
use and everything.
yeah, it's a public area.
That works out good then.
Yeah, it works out deadly. And there's benches there, so we go and we kind of I do all the explanation on the benches, and then we kind of go through lunch. We have a little bit of a break. I bring like snacks, drinks, coffee, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a little snack after like the 2 hour mark, and then we just get into the casting part of it, and then we go through the casting, and then I try to get them for the basic course. I try to get them on the river for at least about a half an hour, where I
Right.
like to demonstrate the actual everything I've been talking about, and then let them give it a shot. And then the second part, I usually tell people to go and like do the like go out and test it out. Not go out and fish, to go out and kind of get used to what I've taught you for today. But I've been having some people who are booking the second one, because the second one basically is a spin-off of that first one, but it's like all time on the water. But the problem is some people get so overwhelmed from everything I tell them on the first
Oh, I
one,
would too. It'd be nice to do
right?
it on the dirt and ground, like other than
Yeah,
like water,
that's
or if you're in a boat and everything, be way easier, more relaxed.
yeah. So well, we do it on the dirt. We do it out on the grass, like for the casting and all that kind of stuff. So you get the basics, you get everything you need to know, and then to go out in the water. Because the thing is, if I get people out on the water, what ends up happening is, and I've seen it before, is people. I start talking about like how to cast properly, and people are already starting to try to cast before I'm even done
It's time to go
explaining.
fishing, man.
And it's just
Let's
like,
go.
okay, and then it
Woo!
takes
Just
me
start doing
twice
the
as long.
lasso and whip her out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it takes me twice as long to get these people casting right, because if they just wait for like 5 minutes for me to
Patience.
explain how to do this.
People have patience. Come on. What are you talking
That's
about?
funny.
Man,
Honestly,
when I first
the
started. Oh, go ahead.
the girls, I've taught a few girls now too. I've
I
had
bet
some.
they're better.
They are.
They're more patient and they'll listen.
They
Guys
listen.
don't do any of that.
No, all the guys.
I know that. That's
So
factual. Yeah.
every guy I've taught so far, they're casting before I'm done explaining. It's funny.
How
I
it
get it. Like,
goes.
everyone's walked away being able to cast, so it's fine. It's just funny that's how it
How they
works.
get
Like,
there.
yeah.
Man, the first day I was casting, like when I first started, like the beginning of this year, when I actually started doing like a full day of fly fishing, man, my wrist was sore. The entire day, man. Don't go anywhere with that, but it was, man, I was doing this. Oh man, I'm like, wow, this is actually gonna take a little bit of effort here.
Yeah. Wait till you learn how to double haul.
Yeah, I want to try now because I'm used to this cheap rod, an actual good rod, like you said, and I really be able to fling it out there and see what it's like.
It makes a difference. A good rod does make a difference.
Yeah, maybe next year I'll maybe get a little bit better one. But I want to get another. My one. I remember I told you that one reel
Buy
I
a
had.
CSO.
I have one set up on the sink line. I think it's a Berkeley reel, but there's absolutely no drag on it. It does not work. But the one I got with the Wild River one, it does have a drag, and I really like that. But I want to get one more reel, like like an 8 pound 8 weight or something. I think you figured probably good backup, and one with a drag at least, because it'd be nicer some of those brown trout having it, other than just using my fingers stripping it. Because that's what I said. I burnt my freaking fingers, man, trying to hold that because no water was on it at that time. And it like, ow, it freaking like burnt bad. It hurt. And that's when I screwed up and kind of lost it because then I held it tight and I spun it up to the reel. Then I let go of my finger. I let go of it and the reel was still being held by my hand. It went to the end. It dead ended or whatever, and it snapped the leader right off.
Yeah.
There it goes. That's my own fault. But
yeah, I lost a pretty big one on Sunday. Yeah, I had this small line. I was chucking small streamers in the creeks. I was doing dry flies and small streamers in the creeks because there's supposed to be bull trout in them too. It was like brook trout and stuff like that. And when I got out, I still had this small streamer on, and I was fishing it, and it was like pretty thin tippet, like probably like 3x, something like that. And yeah, I hooked onto a big fish, and I had it. Like I was playing it. I was playing it out, and it jumped, hit the water, spit the hook. I chucked it back at it. It turned around, ate the hook, ran, and snapped me off. I was just like, no.
relentless fish, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I hooked a big brookie in there too. In that one pool, I seen this one really colored up fish, and it was like 16 inches. And I was just like, oh man. But I hooked it. I had it tugging. I poked it, so I knew I wouldn't get it again. And yeah, I lost it. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, it hurts. I know the feeling. I thought about that all day when the one broke off. I'm like, oh, why did I do that? How did I do that? And then I keep on watching the video of how I did it, and I can see when I got the line too tight and I held it, and he literally just dead ended it and snapped it off. Like, yep, that's what happened. But speaking of brook trout, then I'm so glad that the one video I found or whatever with all the brook trout, there's a certain like mile stretch, and there's just brook trout in there. That's all there is. There's supposed to be brown trout in there too. Maybe I haven't got one, but all the ones I caught were just little brook trout, and they're so pretty.
Yeah,
I like those fish. Probably one of my favorite. I don't know. I like brookies a little bit. I don't know. Or a brown. I can't decide which ones look really good.
I really like brook trout.
Yeah.
They are like, don't worry. I
more
love
colors. Just that little white on the fins make them look so pretty.
They are like, go and wait till you start chasing them in like September, into September when they start to color up.
Get a little more orange on the belly and everything, hey?
Oh man, they get so pretty.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. Yeah.
They are something, those fish. And that's that day I tried using the what was it? Yeah, just the dry flies on top too. But there's a lot of the areas that I found them, there's way more trees than where there's not any trees, and there's a lot of pelicans. So that doesn't help anything either.
No.
Especially in those shallow little creeks.
Yeah.
They kind of clean them out some areas too.
That's pretty cool that some of those creeks have like such nice brown trout in them though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little spot. And it's not really on any map. If you look on the Saskatchewan angler maps, they'll show all the creeks that have trout. This one's not on there, so that's probably a good part of it. So lots of people that go to places don't go to there, unless you know a friend that knows about it, maybe. But the reason I'm thinking
probably is.
You mentioned Cypress Hills. What is that? That was you I was talking to, hey, when I was fishing. Or have you heard? You've heard about it, obviously. Then like Battle Creek and everything. I've never been to Battle Creek. Everyone says in my videos, is that Battle Creek? I'm like, no, actually, I've never even been to Battle Creek. But I want to go there, like, when it starts cooling off a little bit more. And those creek, like, looking at, like, I watched all the YouTube videos. There's some guys that fish there that I actually know. It's a wide creek. Like, it's nothing like the ones I'm going to. It's a lot wider in places, so it'd be easier to fly fish it and everything.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
like it's the West Block. That's where we went camping there when I was super super young. I do remember it, and like barely, but I mean, you can
Yeah.
look. I looked at all the maps, all the bridges, everything, and I pieced together everybody's video where they were at and everything. I just went and scoured everything and lined everything up like I know where these spots are. So I have a good idea where to go start, anyways.
Yeah.
I'll spend more time looking at videos, looking at landmarks, and then trying to find
Yeah,
them. See
Trying to figure it out.
Yep,
Totally.
that's the way to fish, not no live scopes and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pausing frame by frame to see if there's a structure in there and try and find it.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like that's the like I don't care. Like some people like will go to lengths to not show where they're fishing, but like I'm not dropping names. But man, if you can look at my video and you can figure out where I'm honestly, if you can look at my videos and find out where I'm fishing, you've put an absolute insane amount of work
Or
into it.
it's either that or they know the spot. That's just how it is. I've got, you should see some of these messages I get on Facebook, man. People worrying
yeah.
about me giving spots away. First of all, I don't really give any spots away. But if you know that stick on the tree on that angle, you're going to know where it is. Like, how would you know at it? How would you know? There's no damn way. Unless there's certain structures. There's some I throw in there. But I mean, even if you see that bridge or that hill, you're going to know where it is. If you don't, you're probably not going to find it even on Google Maps. So, whatever.
Yeah.
If they find it, I don't care. I'm not hiding a spot, but I'm not going to
No.
go and tell everybody publicly where it's at. So, whatever.
Yeah, totally.
But it is. It's a lot of work I'm finding out this year, too, to find good spots. I've walked a lot. It's like,
Man,
holy
you know
man.
how many times I've come home skunked?
I know that, too. It's like, damn it.
I mean, I don't care, honestly. Like, I'll go to places, and if I get skunked, I get skunked. I don't care. Like, I'll usually go to one place if I know there's supposed to be fish in it.
Yeah.
I'll go to a place at least 2 to 3 times before I just be like, eh, I'm either in the wrong area or just not very
Time
good
of day,
fishing.
you know, just unlucky day, too, or something.
So yeah, and that's why I go like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And after 2 or 3 trips, like in different scenarios, if I've gotten skunked, then yeah, it's like
Maybe,
last
yeah.
year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year on the river I'm fishing this year, right now. Last year I went and I did not catch a lot of fish out of it. I caught a couple brook trout, couple I don't know whitefish, the odd thing here or there, but nothing really. And now this year I've been fishing it, and I'm pulling 14-inch
More
brook
knowledge,
trout.
too, and a little better at everything. Everything adds up, too. You never know.
Like I've been
getting
doing
better.
this river now for 2 years, and I'm even like this weekend. I was like, okay, or last weekend I went up. I'm like, okay, I should go up. I want to like I haven't hooked any brown trout. I've floated some areas where I'm pretty sure I should have hooked some brown trout. Haven't, and I'm like, and it's hot, so I'm like, well, maybe they're starting to move up already. So then I go up higher, and I'm catching bull trout. So then I'm like, okay, if I'm catching bull trout, I'm probably close. They're probably usually bull trout like colder water than browns. So I'm catching bull trout in the big pool where I'm pretty sure like there's a good chance it will hold browns.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're up that far yet because browns migrate, right? They'll migrate up streams. And I'm like, so I think I need to go down a little bit further. But I think I'm close. Like I think I'm so close to actually landing my first brown out of this river. Like I've landed my first brown. I want one out of this river.
Yeah.
But I'm
quite a
close.
chase.
Oh, it's so fun.
Do you log all your spots too where you've caught fish and everything? The types of browns here, brooks there, or whatever?
Through YouTube, this kind of like my videos is how I log my stuff. It's a good enough reminder for me. And usually I go to these spots, I don't know exactly what was there, when was there, what the conditions were. Like I'm
usually remember too. Yeah, that's a part of it. Pretty much same as me, I guess. I know some guys that log like every catch, everything, and where they're at and time of day. I don't really do that, but I think some of these guys have spreadsheets too.
Some
track
guys do,
everything. Yeah. I thought about doing that one year. Just this one lake I go to. It's really weird. It's like January for ice fishing. It just stops. every single year. And like the next couple months, it's like you can barely get anything out there. But it's been like that for 3 years, just the way it is. I don't know.
Mm,
It's different. So I just stopped going there pretty much near the end of the season. Really, just a waste of time.
yeah, and that's what you learn, right? Like so right now, all of our rivers have been really blown out with from all the rain we had. Like the North Saskatchewan, the McLeod was doing really good, and then we had all that rain and it blew out, and then we had the heat, and then the snow melt happened, and then it
Right.
blew out again. So I'm like, okay, well, fine, but this one river I've been fishing, it's not like it's spring fed. So when everything else is blowing out, this river will be high because it
Right.
just still gets with water in the creeks and all that. It'll be high, but it won't be blown out, and I can still fish it. So
Good to know.
it's good because like if people book a trip, right, I
Oh,
can be
that's the
like,
thing too. They want to go fishing. It's booked, yeah, but you can't control the weather too at the same time. So
no, you can't. Like,
yeah,
and don't get me wrong, like I can catch fish on blown out rivers too.
a little tougher,
It's
more
tougher,
flash, I
but
guess, more than anything. Hey, you'd have to run.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like I'll fish it blown out too, just because you need to know. Because what happens if someone books a trip on a specific river?
yeah, man.
You know,
Funny you say that too, because yesterday the one creek I went to, it's a new spot, and I know there's big brown trout in there too. But I just, yeah, it was so dirty. Like it was so dirty too, even for being like 12 inches of like water. It was like mud almost, and I don't know why. I really like it wasn't raining or nothing. And you go farther up the creek where I tried later in the day, it was clear. I have maybe more loose silt mud or something in that area, but I just don't
yeah,
know.
maybe.
It's kind of baffled me actually, but I've never really been in there before. But
Mm.
definitely need a different. I need something a little flashier. I think in that mud hole, you'll see it maybe. I think.
Yeah, flashy, dark colors. They hold up way better, and like if you take it, so I've tried it, and like I've taken white in and like muddier water, and you literally almost instantly lose sight of it. And then you throw a darker color, and you at least get a few more inches.
Maybe it just shows the darker image, like the blot niche, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean, like just the
yeah, it
silhouette.
shows
Maybe.
up better. That's all.
Yeah,
That it's the
must be
silhouette of it shows up better in that muddier water.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Hmm. Oh well, we should probably
But
call it. Hey, you're
yeah,
making
I
me
gotta
yawn
go
now
to
too.
bed. I gotta get up early in the morning.
That's all right then.
But
No, that's good. At least we had something planned. I gotta.
yeah.
I'll fix that. I forgot about even that footage. I haven't done anything with it. I don't even know if I've downloaded it yet. You guys sent me the links for everything. We can do that for the
Mm,
intro and everything. Figure it out. Because when you
yeah.
said that, I'm like, I never did anything after the
Oh,
screenshot or
well,
whatever.
the way you were saying, you're like, yeah, I'm setting it all up, and I thought you were actually gonna do the intro.
You're waiting for nothing. It's just a still image for 5
Yeah, I'm
minutes.
just like, is it gonna start?
Yeah.
Let's
When
see
does
how
it
it goes.
start? It'll be way more entertaining next time. I'll have to do those. And Brian's images or videos have to download or whatever. That's all right
Yeah.
then. Cool. Well, I'll see you next time or whatever. Make plans. Try it again.
All right.
Okay. See you guys.
Later.